Good day. Today's video will be an activity as well as revision. You will need one piece of paper, a pair of scissors, and a pencil, pen, crayon, whatever you have to write with. Today we'll be doing some paper folding to remind us about polygons. Tell someone who's near you, write it down, or say it out loud what you think a polygon is. Remember that we were learning about 2D shapes. Those dimensions are length and breadth or width. So, can you remember what a polygon is? A polygon is a closed figure with 3 or more straight lines. Today we're going to be looking at some of those examples. So I hope you have all your utensils and are ready to learn. Enjoy! So, starting with an A4 piece of paper, what shape is this? Yes, it's a rectangle. How many sides does a rectangle have? 1, 2, 3, 4. If we look at the angles, what kind of angle is it? Can you remember? So it is a 90-degree or right angle, okay? And I have a device that is called a protractor, and this protractor will be able to tell us the degrees and size of our angles. So as you can see, each little line represents 1 degree, and here we can see there's 90 and it goes to 180. Remember that a straight line is 180 degrees. Now the reason we have 180 on this side and a 0 is because sometimes we have to read from this side that way. So it goes from 0 to 180 and it goes from 0 to 180. Let's look if this is truly 90 degrees. So let's read this first angle over here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to have to turn our protractor so that this straight line meets up with the straight line of our paper. Okay? Then, to read it accurately, we need to also place that small dot over there by the corner of our paper. Make sure that it's straight, and we can read from there. Because we're going from the inside, this is where our angle is, not over here. So we're going to read from 0 to 90. Can you see how that is 90 degrees? I'll try zoom in for you. Okay, so 90 degrees from 0 to 90. So let's check the other angles. Place our protractor in a straight line with the paper, and now we're going to read on the inside. It goes 0, and where does it stop? At 90 degrees. Let's check our bottom corners. 0 to 90. And our final one, make sure that it is straight against the paper and our dot is exactly on the corner, and it goes 0 to 90. Great, so now that we know that these are 90 degrees, what kind of polygon is a rectangle? Remember, a 4-sided shape is called a quadrilateral. So the rectangle is a quadrilateral. Let's try take this corner over here, our bottom corner, and we're going to fold it up and allow it to meet on the other side. Make sure that it is straight against the other side of the paper. Create a nice fold. If you have a pair of scissors, cut over here. Otherwise, you can just fold it back and forth and then tear. Now, what shape have I got? So this is a triangle. How many sides does a triangle have? It has 1, 2, 3. And this type of polygon is easy. It's the shape that you see. It is a triangle. Let's look at the angles of this triangle. How many angles does it have? So remembering that an angle is where two lines meet together. So we have 1, these two lines meet together, 2, and these two lines, 3. We have 3 angles. What is interesting about this triangle? What do we call this triangle? Okay, if you don't know, let's look at the angles. This angle over here is less than 90 degrees. Okay, because here is our 90 degrees. It is less than, it doesn't reach 90. So this is called an acute angle. Let's look at this angle over here. Oh wow, it's also less than 90 degrees. So this is also known as an acute angle. What about our third angle? Well, let's line it up. It is 90 degrees. So this triangle is known as a right-angled triangle or a 90-degree triangle because one of its corners, one of its angles is 90 degrees. So we will now unfold our triangle and we get a square. So this square is like a rectangle because it has the same amount of sides. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And a shape with 4 sides is called a quadrilateral. What kind of angles do we find in the square? Just like the rectangle, we will find 90 degrees. 90, 90. 90 degrees, and our final one. Remember, we're reading on the inside of the paper. 90 degrees. So this square is made up of 4 90-degree angles, and those are all right angles. The other thing about a square is, remember, it's got the same length in our sides. So let's get into the fun of folding our square into something quite interesting. We're going to take the bottom half of our square and fold it up. Make sure that it is lined up by both corners and flatten it out. We're then going to take this right corner at the bottom and fold it up. We're going to make a small little line over here, a small fold. We don't have to go all the way. But before we continue, can you remember what two shapes together making a 2D shape like this is called? It is a composite shape. Okay, so this composite shape is made up of a square and a triangle. So this is an interesting composite shape. We're going to unfold this and we're going to take the top corner and fold that one down. Make sure that everything lines up. A nice neat corner at the bottom. Mine's giving me some trouble. There we go. And you only need to make a smaller line here. Okay, unfold it and take a pencil or a crayon or whatever you have and draw a little X where they meet. This is called the intersection. The intersection of the two diagonals, you're going to make a nice X over there. Then you're going to take the left bottom corner, the one I have in my other hand, and you're going to bring that corner up to the intersection and make a fold. You're then going to take the same corner and fold it back. Make sure the fold is nice and tidy. You will then take the right bottom corner and fold it up to the middle. Always make sure you have a nice point at the bottom. And then you're going to take this last piece and fold it back. Nice sharp corner over there. And you get this shape over here. Okay, so we're going to make a pentagon from this. How many sides do you think a pentagon has? And we'll cut and see now. So I'm going to take your pair of scissors and you're going to cut this first piece of paper here, okay? So you're going to cut along that line, just like that. And you'll get a small little triangle over here. So now that you've made this cut, let's open it up and see what shape we get. Right, so there we go, there's our shape, and like I said earlier, it's a pentagon. How many sides do you think a pentagon has? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a pentagon has 5 sides. If we fold this back together, like you had it at the beginning before you unfolded it. There we go. Take your pencil again and sort of in the middle of this line, you're going to draw a little dot and go from that dot across to this one over here. Just making a quick diagonal line. I'll show you as a closer view. There we go, so I went in the middle, well, not quite the middle, but just over there, and then I joined it with this corner over here. It doesn't need to be perfect, and let's cut that on that line and see what we get. Unfold it one last time, and you get a beautiful star. What type of polygon is this star? Count the amount of sides and try find out what that means. So I'll count with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is a 10-sided shape, 10-sided polygon. What do you think it is called? I hope you enjoyed that activity. Your homework is to find out what this 10-sided shape is called. Remember that a polygon is a shape that has 3 or more straight lines. Hope you had fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!